What's going on, y'all? So, Gervonta Tank Davis absolutely destroyed Hugo Ruiz last night. Like, he was done for. I heard finish him in the background, like the Mortal Kombat. Like, he went down on one knee like he was about to propose, and it was over with. All jokes aside, I really like Hugo Ruiz. I really feel like he's a really good fighter. I was impressed with his performance when I saw him on Manny Pacquiao and Adrian Broner undercard some weeks ago. I feel like he really could fight. I feel like he did a good job, except the fact he couldn't cut off the ring to finish his opponent. But I really liked his fighting style overall. When I found out he would be the replacement for Abner Mares to fight Tank Davis, I knew that Ruiz really couldn't deal with Tank's power. I knew he was taking a step up in weight, and Tank is a different type of animal. He's like a mini Mike Tyson. The power that Tank got, he really is a little Tank, delivering out punishment to his opponents. I mean, from straight left hands, the right left hooks, the uppercuts he got, is vicious all across the board. And he came out on bully mode and bullied Hugo Ruiz until he couldn't take no more, got on the knee. The ref asked him, really, could he continue? He wasn't saying nothing. He didn't say yes. He didn't say yes at all, and it was a done deal. It was over with. Ruiz was an opponent, and let's be honest, I think pretty much everybody kind of knew that Tank was going to run through him and was going to destroy him, but he even had a more challenging opponent, Abner Mares, and I feel like he was going to knock out Abner as well. I didn't think it would probably come as early as the first round, like he did with Hugo Ruiz, but I felt like he was going to knock out Abner too. Abner was taking a step up in weight, and I don't think he ever felt any power like Tank's power either. So I feel like it was going to be the same outcome across the board. This will be the thing, though. I want to know if Tank is going to move up in weight or if he's going to continue to fight at 130. Because Tank has an obvious problem making weight right now. And maybe it's due to the fact that he's just naturally not for that weight class, or it's due to the fact that when he's not fighting, he has these long layoffs and he gaining so much weight in between fights. When Tank not fighting, I guarantee you, it looked like Tank is about 175 pounds. And 175 pounds at 5'5", it don't look pretty. Tank look big when he not fighting. And he gained so much weight, he has to do so much work to come back down. He can do that now because his metabolism is high. He's a young fighter. He can afford to do that now, but it's going to cost him in the long run. He has to take more care of himself, be in much better condition, and he needs to be much more active than he has been. He don't need these 11-month layoffs, 10-month layoffs like that. He's a young fighter. He needs to be much more active. He even said to Jim Gray he has about, 3 or 4 more fights lined up this year, possibly, so it gets some more, knock the ring rust off and keep him in shape in his prime. He's a young guy. He needs to be fighting frequently, especially when he's getting first round KOs. I want to know if he's gonna move up, if he's gonna stay at 130. I think he should probably fight Tevin Farmer next. They've been woofing, going back and forth for years, talking crazy at each other neck. So I really want to see if what that fight will look like. I still got Tank winning that fight. I really do. I really like Tank, man. I'm really impressed with that young man. I think he has the ability, the potential to be a pay-per-view star due to the fact that his fighting style, it sells. People want to see a fighting style like Tank. He comes out with hard-hitting punches like a mini Mike Tyson. Like I said before, a small, just a dynamo that packs a lot of power. You can hear his snapping shots. I watched fights that he's fought, and I've heard the power of his uppercuts. It's vicious, and it's exciting. That's what casual fans want to see that. So I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be a big draw. One thing he has to work on is his speech, though. It has improved drastically, and I would definitely commend Tank for that, not even having no jokes. All jokes aside, the young man has survived a life that is crazy for him to live. He had, I think, 2 drug-addicted parents, grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, with drugs and poverty and violence all around him. To overcome that and be on the brink of being a boxing superstar is powerful. And he needs to talk. He's improving his speech. People saying it's probably due to head trauma. Tank don't got no head trauma or nothing like that. He ain't took no damage like that. He's just uneducated, Like I said, I'm glad that Tank is a boxing star and he has boxing to change his life and his whole family's life for the better. Because had it not been for boxing, Tank probably would have been a street kid, a stick-up kid on the block. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, Tank probably would have been that. But I'm so glad that he found boxing too. put his life on a different trajectory and live a positive life now. But again, I'm impressed with the young man. I think what was going to happen, because they asked Floyd about Lomachenko. Floyd got very defensive, and I think it's because he feels like they're trying to rush his young fighter into the bull ring with a guy that he's not familiar with that type of skill level. Lomachenko is a different type of animal, something Tank ain't never seen before. Highly skilled, superbly skilled, which will probably cause Tank some problems. But again, Lomachenko ain't never felt power like Tank before. He get hit with the wrong shots. It could be bad for him. And yes, he got slick defense and all of that, but it can be very bad for him. Tank is a powerful young man. But Lomachenko, it's not an easy fight for either fighter, in my opinion. But I think Tank will do a lot better than what people think, and I got Tank pulling off the upset. Y'all can get mad at me all y'all want to. I know Loma has a lot of fans. He's arguably viewed as pound for pound the best fighter in the game, and that's fine. But I think Tank will fare much better than what people think. Going forward, too, Floyd is one of the most skilled fighters I've ever seen, but he gotta chill out because he acting like Diddy a little bit. Like I know this is fighter. And Tank and Floyd's one of my favorite fighters ever. Like one of the most skilled fighter I've ever seen in my life. That man is superbly gifted, and what he has, a lot of guys wish would kill to have. But he ain't acting like Diddy. He all in the videos. He want to be in the press conference. He want to answer all the Tank questions. Let Tank answer. I understand that Tank doesn't have the best speech, but let him get more comfortable with being in the limelight so he can be used to being a big star that boxing will command him to be at this point. But yeah, I think he's going to move up in weight soon. I think he's going to fight Tevin Farmer next. I think he should move up in weight to 135, move up from junior lightweight, and possibly fight a couple fights and then get Lomachenko. Floyd made the point that Lomachenko is much older than Tank. He had, 300 some amateur fights, a ridiculous amount of amateur fights. Fought the amateurs for probably way too long. But he felt like Loma is older now, so Loma's trying to get all the big fights done and out the way because he's trying to get his career popping. Cool. But a lot of people want to see that fight. I want to see Tank versus Lomachenko. I think it's going to be a great fight, an exciting fight for the sport. And I think everybody going to come out to definitely see that. But this is the thing, though. People going to say he's scared. Tank is scared of Loma if he don't fight him soon. I don't think Tank is scared. I think Floyd is trying to wait it out because he think Tank needs a little bit more experience going into them deep waters with better competition than him, which is why I think they'll give him some tune-up fights at 135, and then how he performs, and I think Tank will perform absolutely well. I think he'll perform fine. Then I think they'll put him in there with Lomachenko, and it will be a huge fight. Everybody going to come out, and I think it's going to bring the stars out. And if Tank shall win, his star will shine bright, and he will be the next big thing in boxing. And that's my opinion, man. I hope he doesn't become like Mike in a sense that when Mike fought a lot of the big fights, he lost a lot of the big fights that he had. To the Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, lost the Buster Douglas fight that everybody had him winning by far. So I hope he doesn't be a fighter that when he gets up in big fights, he doesn't show improve. But Tank has a different type of animal in his heart, in his chest, a different type of animal beating in him. And I think he's going to rise to the occasion when he fights these big time fights. I think he's been waiting all his life for these fights, and I think he's going to prove to a lot of people that he's a real deal and not just a Mayweather money team hype job that a lot of people are saying that he is. And a lot of it is just they think Tank's scared of competition. Listen, when you fight for a living, I don't like to call other guys scared of other opponents, but I don't see fear in Tank. I just don't. Some people might say, "Oh, he's scared." I don't think Tank is scared of Loma. I don't think he thinks I'm going to lose either. I don't think he has that makeup. But I think he knows he's going to have to prepare himself well for this fight. I don't think he's stupid and think that's an easy fight. He can say that, but he should know it's not an easy fight. But I think he has confidence and believes that he can beat him. And I think he can pull it off. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be he's going to have to dig deep, but I think he can do it. Yeah, he's fighting a more skilled guy, more savvy guy, more experienced guy, much more experienced fighter. But I think Tank has the skills to pay the bills, and I think he can get him. I think that power is something that Loma ain't seen before. Yeah, man. Yeah, he broke Hugo nose too, man. It was ugly. It was ugly. But great performance from that young man. People were saying, oh, it's against nobody, but hey, he had to fight whoever was gonna fight him because his opponent had what, a retina injury or something like that, Abner Mares. So that's the guy they had to put in. And some people feel like even Abner Mares was a cherry pick because they felt like he was gonna just abuse Abner. But nah, Abner's a tough fighter. I just think Tank is more that power is that it's a different type of thing. It's a different type of animal, man. I would love to see what's gonna happen with Floyd. I mean, with Tank going forward. I think he has the skills to be a pay-per-view star. His speech is improving, and I'm proud of that. But I really think he's gonna improve. It's gonna improve more, and I think that will definitely help his star power in boxing, man. Shout out to Tank Davis. Shout out to and then too, I think Tank team is getting fed up with Floyd. I don't know if y'all peeped it or not, but what's my man? I forgot his trainer, Calvin or something. Is Tank's trainer? But Tank coming there Floyd coming there trying to tell him what Tank need to be doing and stuff. We got it. Tank trainer, we got it. And then when Tank pull off the masterful win and a knockout in the first round, Tank trainer like, I made that boy. I told you, don't tell me I made that boy. Don't tell me I made that boy. Like, and I don't think he's trying to take credit for Tank's success. What he's saying, I've been nurturing this young man's boxing career for a long time. They may not like the way Floyd's been handling him for whatever reason. And he feel like, I know how to coach him up because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been nurturing and raising that young man for a while. And kudos to a lot of the young trainers who serve as father figures to these young men. Especially Tank coming from a rough inner city community, young black brother, parents were on drugs, and his trainer seemed to serve as a father figure to keep Tank on the right path. And I think going forward, Tank will be on the right path. Going forward, I think things will work in his favor, man. But I don't think Tank can't really fool with Floyd like that. I think they kind of cool off him for whatever transpired between him and Tank before. They say they good now, but I think it'll be fine due to the fact that they're not going to mess stuff up for Tank. I don't see his camp trying to mess anything up for Tank. I really think they care about him. Especially that trainer. I think he really loves Tank. So I think he has the right people in his corner going forward. I just hope he continues to be more active, stays in shape, eats right, and takes his craft seriously at all times. And just continues to improve and continues to fight better competition. And I think the skies are the limit for that young man. The sky is the limit for that young man, Tank. So congrats to Tank. Peace.